Hi, Brett here, and I'm going to do a reading for Sagittarius today. This is going to be your end of the year reading, so your end of 2022. I'm going to give these cards a shuffle. Hope you're all doing really well. It's a beautiful day today on the West Coast. It's nice and sunny. It's morning time and it's just beautiful. And I hope all of you are doing really well. Like I said, this is a reading for Sagittarius for the end of the year 2022. And let's see what's going on for you today. Or really the rest of the year, like I said. All right, here we go. For Sagittarius, put these in the middle. Okay. Let's see. So 2 8s already. 8 of Swords and the 8 of Cups. Another Swords card. Another Swords card. Wow. It's a lot of swords. Okay. So in the past over here, you have the 8 of Cups, the 8 of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. So the 8 of Cups is about moving away from something that's no longer emotionally fulfilling. And the 8 of Swords is really about kind of ruminating, not seeing the best of a situation, really being up in your head actually is what it means. And kind of not being able to see outside of your head, right? In this specific card, you can see that there's this bubble surrounding this woman, and she's looking away, or it could be a woman, it might be a man as well, but for the sake of this, let's say it's a woman, and these swords are trying to pierce her bubble, right? But she's just not even, she can't even see it. She's not even looking at it. She's just totally blind at about her thoughts. And that's a tough place to be in, right? So the next card is a little more hopeful. It's the Knight of Swords, and it's really fast-paced movement somewhere. And I don't know where you're going here, but it can be fast-paced communication or just something moving in your life really quickly. And, you know, you have this 8 of Cups up top, so it looks like in the past you've moved away from something that no longer serves you emotionally and also up in your mind space and your thoughts. So that's a very good thing, Sagittarius. You know, and I think of Sagittarius, I think of philosophy and always looking towards the next thing in your life, kind of it being like almost an obsessive thing. And it sounds like you are doing what Sagittarians do, and that is moving on to something that's actually going to work for them. So I like that for you. Now, in your present position, now I haven't flipped over this middle card yet. You have the 4 of Swords, which is kind of the healing card, right? A healing from emotional wounds or words from, not emotional wounds, excuse me. The 4 of Swords is about healing from words from others or healing from, you know, the way you talk to yourself. And, you know, on the bottom here you have the Death card, which is Scorpio's card, and it's about change and transformation, and it looks like you're healing here, and you're transforming because of it. And it's all because you moved on from whatever this situation was in the past. So that's very, very good. Now, looking forward, where you're headed, and hopefully, I'm guessing this is kind of like, these are either going to be situations or things going on that are going to happen by the end of the year, or probably it's going to be something, some energy that you're carrying with you right into 2023. Because in the future here, you have the King of Swords, you have the 5 of Coins, and you have the Palace of Wands. Now, I actually forgot to take these Palace cards out of this deck. This is something that this author or the designer of these cards included, and what the Palace of Wands represents is kind of, it can represent a home, it could represent a safe space, or it can represent any place where you feel really content and comfortable. Now this is Wands, so it's going to be, it could represent kind of a vacation home, or, you know, in this card, it's like a city up in the mountains, right? So it's a place where you have a good view. It could be a place where you can reflect and meditate. When I say view, I mean like not the actual landscape view, but going somewhere where you can get perspective. Because here it looks like you need a perspective shift, because this, you have a 5 here, the 5 of coins, and this is Mercury and Taurus, and it's about needing to take action because you're feeling a little lost. You're feeling out in the cold. You're not thinking clearly, and you really need someone or yourself to change. You need someone to change your mind, or you need to change your mind yourself. And the 5 is either you go back and you start over and you figure out what went wrong, or you're able to figure out the situation, learn from your mistakes, ask for help, and then move on, right, Sagittarius? So I'm guessing that you are going to move on because you have the King of Swords here. Now, with all this Swords energy, it's nice to see the King of Swords in the future because it's a card that represents really clear-headed thinking, very strong, knowing where you're going, knowing what you're saying, not doubting yourself, because there is some energy here in the past where you were doubting yourself. So that's a struggle, Sagittarius. Now, I really want to see what the card in the middle here is, and I've waited to flip it over because the card in the middle is going to have a connection to all these other cards. It's going to influence the whole spread. So let's see what it is. It's the Strength card. Now, I love the Strength card. The Strength is Leo's card, and it's about having strength, personal strength, being able to own who you are, strong in what you want, being able to tame those parts of yourself that need to be tamed, to look at the parts of yourself that need to be tamed. And you can, and like in the Rider-Waite deck, literally the person taming the lion has their hand in its mouth, and it's because they are not afraid of the shadowy parts of themselves, or they're not afraid of putting themselves out there because they're confident, right? And Leo is all about confidence, right? So now on the bottom of this deck here is gonna be some advice for you. Now, how you use this advice is totally up to you. And I haven't said this yet, and I'm gonna start saying this in my readings. These readings are not gonna be for everybody. If you have the ability to self-reflect and to stand back and to look at yourself through a different lens, then maybe you'll be able to follow along here. But if you don't do that and you kind of are in an ego mindset where anyone who challenges you isn't going to have any effect on you, then you're not going to be able to follow along. And I don't mean that in a negative way. We all come to things when we come to them, right? But let's see what the universe has, or what the tarot has. There's many different ways to say this, right? As a spiritual person, I think we're all spiritual. We all come to their spiritual side at different points in our life, right? But for me, the advice at the bottom of this deck is going to be probably the most important card here, because it's going to be, how do I make this through, right? So let's see. Very curious. The Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups wanted to go flying. So with the Ace of Cups, and then you have another Swords card at the along with the Ace of Cups at the bottom, which is the Nine of Swords. So you have a lot of Swords energies here. But the Ace of Cups is about something new. It's a new thing that you're in love with. And it sounds like as you're going through this process this month, what you might encounter is some love, either love with another person, loving yourself, loving a project, just having that thing that gives you happiness, right? And excuse me, it's a little hot in here. I have a little bead of sweat coming down my forehead. This is really, really nice energy for you to have, Sagittarius, because especially at the end of the year, you know, you're coming together with relatives, hopefully, and you're seeing family and friends that you love, and it can be very celebratory, and it can be very engaging. And I think this energy of love is really important this time of year. To remember who you are, to remember what you're good at, to remember why you're here in this world. Don't forget who you are and what you love, Sagittarius. I think that's the message here. I'm gonna pick one more card. I'm gonna pick a moon card here. I'm gonna give these a quick shuffle. Sorry you can't see it, it's just easier to do this here. All right, give it a couple good shuffles. Let's get one more card for Sagittarius for the end of the year. Oops. Sometimes I just want to fly out there. Ooh, this card is sticking in my hand. What do you need to release? Yeah. Sagittarius, what is it in your life that you need to let go of? It sounds like you're holding on to some emotional pain here, some pain that's really hitting you and you're obsessing about it in your head. And that could be what you need to release. We all go through those moments where we just ruminate about something and we don't let it go. And it prevents us from loving. Because it sounds like your advice here from the universe is to just love. Love, 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 all right? Release negative energy. We all need to take that advice, I think. All right, Sagittarius, I liked this reading for you. I hope you have a good rest of the year. I'm gonna have some more readings come out. This isn't my last reading for the year for all you signs, but I just wanted to get this last end of the year reading out of the way. Thank you so much. I hope you have a good rest of your year. Bye, Sagittarius.